Welcome back to In the Mountains. Today we are talking all things survival. These are some of the tools and skills that you might need when you're surviving in the wilderness, in the mountains. So some of my favorite mountain survival things are, the first is a good backpack. This particular backpack is a North Face Recon. Works pretty good. A hatchet can be utilized to build a shelter. It can be utilized to make fire. It is just a really versatile tool. So get yourself a hatchet, put it in your vehicle, have it ready just in case. They're just handy to have. I use this thing just about every day, especially in the winter. A little less in the summertime, but super essential survival tool is that hatchet. The next thing, I also like to carry ways to start fire. This is a magnesium fire starter from Harbor Freight. It cost me about $2, maybe a little bit more, not much. It comes with this metal blade to shave off the magnesium to get the fire started and to ignite it. It doesn't work the greatest, but the magnesium is great for starting a fire. For backup, I always have a Bic lighter. You can't just depend on a Bic lighter though, so the magnesium's a great backup. Fire starting source, I carry one, two, and the magnesium. I always carry a magnesium in my backpack regardless, just in case you need to get a fire going and you're in a survival situation. You never know. So at $2-3, it is the best money you're going to spend for a survival tool at $3. Or that is the best value you're going to get for any sort of survival tool for mountain wilderness survival. The next thing I like to carry is, and I carry this all over, I keep one in my truck, and then I keep one that I can just throw in my backpack. This is a Katadyn Hiker Pro water filter. It's a carbon filter. It has a pump here. You put this end into a water source like a creek or a river or a lake, and this end goes into a water bottle, and you simply just pump it, and it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it will purify your water, make it so you can drink it and not get sick. This is my go-to water purifier. I have two of them. I've used them for years and years. They last a long time. The filters are replaceable, so get yourself a high quality portable water filter that you can throw in your backpack and take it hiking, throw it in your truck in case you need water. Water is the most essential survival element you need. You cannot go that long without water, so water filter is a must. I also, in the wintertime, I like to carry a water bottle that is insulated. A regular water bottle works fine, but this hydro flask, if I'm heating something warm and I want to keep it up to temperature, it'll store it. It's insulated, and it's nice to have that warm up on a chilly winter day, and it's nice to have something to put water in. I'll carry a couple of these sometimes just to have water. So get yourself a water bottle if you don't have one. The insulated ones have come quite a long way in the past decade or so. So give it a try. Next thing I like to carry is a nice can of bear spray. I've never had to use this on a bear. I've encountered many, many bears in my time living in the mountains, mostly black bears. And my encounters with black bears have all been peaceful. I've never had one act aggressive to me, but you never know. These are wild animals. You could run into any sorts of thing. For example, there's a guy that lives down the road from here, a few miles down the road. He raises and breeds these part wolf dogs. He breeds them with other domesticated dogs, and he lets them run around in this big wild pack. And to my understanding, this guy, he feeds them old meat in this big old barn, and he just lets them chew on these big long cow bones, and they can be quite aggressive animals. I've only rode my bike up on them once, and I immediately turned around because they were aggressive. Now, my neighbor, he just carries his 9mm in case he encounters them and they're too aggressive. But I have the bear spray. It's just, I can bring it anywhere. I usually bring it on long hikes anyway. This is kind of an older can. I should probably update it, but Frontiersman bear spray. It's just capsaicin, which comes from peppers. And it sprays a little ways. You never know what you're going to run into out in the woods, or even in the city for that regard. Get yourself a can of bear spray, and rest assured that you got at least some line of defense against some kind of attack, whatever it may be, whether it be some wild part wolf dog or a bear or any other kind of mammal for that matter. The next thing I like to carry is a knife. This is just a simple kind of inexpensive bushcraft knife. A knife is just handy for so many things. The list goes on and on. It doesn't have to be the nicest blade in the world, as long as you can put an edge on it. Get yourself a good knife, carry it. This one's got an old leather sheath. It's like a bushcraft style. So, a knife is just, it's like a hatchet or an axe. It's a must-have. Whether you need to carry a big bushcraft knife or a Leatherman is up to you. You can carry both. Another essential that I like to carry for surviving in the mountains is a good flashlight. This is actually an old, beat-up small solar paneled LL Bean rechargeable flashlight. And believe it or not, it does charge a little bit in the sunlight. I've tried it out. It works great. This thing has been just tough as nails. I've got it held together with some electrical tape to hold that panel on, and I don't quite know where the cap for the bottom is because you can recharge it using a solar generator or just plug it into any USB jack and charge this battery up. But it's been solid. It has held up for years and years. Like the rubber button that keeps it waterproof kind of fell off too, but it just keeps working. So I haven't got rid of it. I still carry it. It just keeps working, and so carry a good flashlight. I also have another flashlight, but this one is kind of multi-purposed. This is a battery charge pack, which also has a little bit of a solar panel on it. It's not the most efficient solar panel in the world. This is you can find these on Amazon. They're not super expensive. But the nice thing about this one is it'll hold, it'll charge your phone battery for a good at least full charge or so. Or you can charge a flashlight with it. But it also has a flashlight built in, which is kind of nice, which would last quite a while. So get a little battery pack. This one, I mean, if you're going on a hike or something, it's nice to be able to charge your phone up or charge, anything that requires a USB jack when you're out and about. Super handy, and the flashlight is a great feature to that. So it's nice to have some redundancy. That's why, having a Leatherman and a bushcraft knife is good too. So the Leatherman, I carry a Leatherman too. This thing has gotten a ton of use over the years. This one is a Leatherman rebar multi-tool. It's got pliers, it's got a serrated knife blade, can opener, screwdrivers, a little saw, a file. Just super utilitarian. I mean, you can fix a lot of things with a little multi-tool. It's not the end-all be-all, but in a bind, for something that you can just put in your pocket and be able to do as much as a multi-tool can do, it can't be beat. Highly recommend it. Put it in your pocket. Carry one. They've got so many multi-tools out now. They have some with bits on it that in interchangeable bits with Torx bits. But, you know, most of the time you don't want to carry something big and bulky in your pocket. So this one is simple, it's plain, it's gotten a ton of use. I should probably sharpen it a little bit more. But I always, you know, just chuck it in my backpack or put it in my pocket and just keep it on hand in case you need it. So those are some of my secrets to mountain survival. What are some of the things that you like to carry in a survival situation, or when you're hiking, or just when you're out and about in the remote woods or in the mountains? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching In the Mountains. I'll see you next time.